Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm host Club by the host of the Club of Sports, but live right here in Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County area. Today, ladies and gents, I'll get you guys the fact that the Bills Mafia have taken down the Niners 34-24. By the way, still making to the playoffs, which they are. Washington pulled off a Washington. They broke the Steelers' win streak. The Steelers right now they're tied with the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs. The same records as Chiefs though. So clearly something needs to be said about that. And G-Men, they're tied, and Washington, they're not tied with the G-Men. So clearly it doesn't look good there. But G-Men, they gotta keep their spot intact. That's what they gotta do. I'll tell you about that for sure. Max Gilliam apologized despite the fact that he ate a sushi off a nude woman, by the way, off Below Deck episode. Monte Morris agrees to a 3-year, $27 million extension offer, by the way. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins have their first kid, which I said yesterday. Rogue, by the way, like that. Which is what I said yesterday. I'll get you more detail for that. What it can mean for Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins going further in 2021. The White Sox get Lance Lynn from the Rangers for Dante Dunning. So that's all I will have for today, but just for now. But first things first, I'm gonna start things off with the fact that Bills Mafia, they defeated the Niners by 10 points, 34-24. Josh Allen had 32 of 40 catches and attempts, 375 passing yards, four touchdowns, sacked one, 6 carries, 11 rushing yards. Devin Singletary had 18 carries, 61 rushing yards, 3 receptions, 22 receiving yards. Cole Beasley had 9 receptions, 130 receiving yards. Stefon Diggs had 10 receptions and 92 receiving yards. Gabriel Davis had 3 receptions, 68 receiving yards. Isaiah McKenzie had 2 receptions, 31 receiving yards. Dawson Knox had 4 receptions and 27 receiving yards. Nick Mullens had 26-39 catches and attempts, through 316 passing yards, like Austin 316 almost. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Jeff Wilson Jr. has 7 carries, 47 rushing yards, 2 receptions, and 12 receiving yards. Raheem Mostert had 9 carries, 42 rushing yards, 1 reception and receiving yards. Brandon Aiyuk had 5 receptions and 95 receiving yards. Deebo Samuel had 6 receptions and 73 receiving yards. Kendrick Bourne had 4 receptions, 35 receiving yards. Charlie Woerner had 2 receptions, 33 receiving yards. Jordan Reed had 3 receptions and 32 receiving yards. Ross Dwelley had 2 receptions, 29 receiving yards. So Bills, they're looking pretty good. I'll tell you that. Bills Mafia, they're looking pretty good. So is there any stopping them? I don't think there is. Another topic, by the way, what happened last night. And this one was a bit of a travesty here because Washington, they pulled a huge upset by breaking Steelers' win streak. And the Steelers, they're tied with the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs. The Steelers right now are 11-1, the same record as the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs. So Big Ben was 33-35, 33-53 catches and attempts, 305 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a carry. Anthony McFarland Jr. had 4 carries and 15 rushing yards. James Washington, 2 receptions, 80 receiving yards. Deontay Johnson had 8 receptions and 71 receiving yards. Eric Ebron had 7 receptions, 68 receiving yards. Chase Claypool, 2 receptions, 30 receiving yards. Juju Smith-Schuster, 7 receptions, 20 receiving yards. And honestly, look, I don't know what happened to the Steelers right now because they honestly were just like, holy, like what happened to the Steelers? That's just that I mean, I'm honestly thought the Steelers were going to upset. Sorry. I thought the Steelers were going to dethrone Washington to keep the streak intact. That didn't happen. So now look at it this way. The G-Men at Washington, they're both tied to 5-7. G-Men, they're still on top of the NFC East. Washington, they're still second place. They're tied. And you got the Eagles right now. They're 3-6-1. Cowboys are still dead last. They're a terrible team, I can tell you that much. But clearly, I think Eagles are 3-8-1. I can tell you that. But clearly, the G-Men, they got to keep their streak intact. I mean, G-Men, They've been on a 4-game win streak. I can tell you that right now. And it'll be a shame to see the G-Men lose their spot and have them be second place. Because the G-Men, they're on the brink of winning. They could beat the Bengals, they've beaten Washington twice. They got revenge on the Eagles. They've taken down the Bengals last week. And this past week, they took down a good team, one of the most dominant teams in the Super Bowl, former Super Bowl champs and former Super Bowl MVP, Russell Wilson. 5 points. They may as well do the same thing to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, to Baker Mayfield and the Browns, to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens if Lamar Jackson comes back from his COVID issue, and this pathetic Cowboys. I can see the G-Men right now winning the next 4 games, and they could be 9-7. I can tell you that right now. So that's all I got to say. Washington, they got their hands full. They got their hands full of the Niners. They can probably have the Cardinals. They got the Eagles. And clearly, they may be a loss for them, but clearly, G-Men, they got to keep their string. They got to keep their spot for sure, because I'll be ashamed they lose their spot to Washington. That would be really upsetting there. But Washington, what they did yesterday was an absolute travesty. Clearly, streaks are meant to be broken, but Alex Smith, my goodness, he is playing in a whole different level. He's playing, and he's in a whole different realm. I can tell you that right now. So is anyone going to put a stop to him? Steelers, I don't know what happened to them, but something needs to be said about their offensive defense, because they just didn't show up. They had a sneaky big play there, and specifically, it was just a little. It's a bit disappointing to say the very least. But I don't think no one expected to see Washington pull off a huge upset against the Steelers. I don't think no one expected that to happen. I can tell you that right now, because obviously no one's been able to beat them. And one team that just did that was Washington last night, because unfortunately, because they say they are, and clearly, it was just a matter of when. It was only a matter of when. I can tell you that it was only a matter of when. Alex Smith had 31 for 46 catching attempts, 296 passing yards, 1 touchdown, sacked 3 times. Pete Barber, 14 carries, 23 rushing yards. A. Gibson had 2 carries for 14 rushing yards. Larry L. Thomas had 9 receptions, 98 receiving yards. C. Sims had 5 receptions, 92 receiving yards. J.K. McKissick had 10 receptions and 70 receiving yards. S.M. Jr. had 4 receptions and 17 receiving yards. Clearly, something really needs to be said there, because I pray that Washington does not win the NFC East. I pray that does not happen. I pray that they do not win the NFC East division, that they do not make the playoffs, which they cannot. Alex Smith, he may be playing like an MVP. This is pretty much Alex Smith out-dueling and out-maneuvering Big Ben. Because last night, it's since nobody expected to see Alex Smith pull this off. They pulled up a trick play right in front of the Steelers, and then next thing you know it, they just took him out. Took out the Steelers. They took out the Steelers. So honestly, it's no surprise to anybody. It's really not. And I'm just ashamed. I'm really ashamed of the Steelers. I really am ashamed of the Steelers. I really am. Because it was a tragedy. What happened that game was that was an absolute fluke. It was. Alex may have gotten away. He may have had a little blood on his leg, that is. But, Alex may be good, though, but not good enough. Even the Washington, they do make the playoffs, they're still going to get beat down badly. They will. Look, this is called Colt McCoy, the G-Man. He's been pretty good, but I'm praying to the G-Men, they keep their spot intact. They win the next couple of games. Yeah, Eagles are 3-8-1. I'm sorry, Eagles are 3-8-1. So that's all I gotta say on that note right there. The Eagles aren't doing so good. Washington, they're tied with the G-men because these are two teams that are battling for top spot. G-men right now, they're the top seed in the NFC East, and they cannot lose their spot. They cannot lose their spot. I can tell you that right now. They cannot lose their spot. So won't be that easy for. Well, I mean, I did not think that was going to be that easy, but my goodness. I mean, G-men, they never beat the easy teams. They'd beat a tough team in the Seahawks, the former Super Bowl champs. I didn't think it was going to happen. Who would have thought last night that Washington would take out the former Super Bowl champs and Super Bowl MVP, Big Ben, a Hall of Fame, former future Hall of Fame quarterback, Big Ben? Who would have thought that would ensue? We saw two teams in the NFCs pull off massive wins. I mean, first it was the G-men that took out the Seahawks, which no one thought was going to ensue, and I was pleased with that. But one thing wasn't, and then next thing you know, we see everything. Next thing you know, Washington returns the favor by breaking Steelers' win streak, and no one thought that was going to ensue either. Like, are you kidding me? G-Men and Washington are now tied. Steelers and the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs Kingdom, they're tied as well. My goodness, I did not think that was going to ensue. I had no idea that was going to happen. So that's all I'm going to say on that note right there. So Washington, they pull a big win against the Steelers, and I did not think that was going to happen. I thought it was going to be the Steelers that's going to beat down the Washington. That didn't happen. So instead, it was pretty much, it was pretty much Washington was just out-dueling, not maneuvering, outmaneuvering Big Ben and Steelers. I don't know what happened to Steelers out there, but Steelers got to step it up because they got their hands full of Bills Mafia. So that's going to be a tough game right there. I can tell you that. That's going to be a real tough game. I can tell you that right now. So won't be easy for them. So won't be good there. I can tell you that right now. And then there's one point into, by the way, that UNLV quarterback, Max Gilliam, he appeared on a Below Deck episode, Max and Dax's Excellent Adventure, which was aired last month. And it shows him eating sushi off a nude woman. Are you kidding me? And then he apologized for that. My goodness. I mean, so ladies and gents, please don't try this at home, school, or anywhere. And please consider the following. Why would you of all people bother eating sushi or other foods off a nude woman or a nude model? Look, it's just, my goodness. Clearly, something's got to be said about that. That's just, no. Something needs to be said. That's just immature content. Like, clearly it is. Yeah, immature content from mature audiences out there watching at home, watching all over the world, watching all over the country, watching across the globe, on social media. But my goodness, dude. Eating sushi off a model, a nude model, on Below Deck, that's just uncalled for. Like, clearly it is. So fans, viewers, subscribers, Khalil Fanatics, once again, please don't try this at home, school, anywhere. And please consider the following, because you don't see me eating stuff. You don't see me eating stuff off of nude women. No. You don't see none of that. I'm a mature individual. I can tell you that I'm a mature individual. I'm a mature megastar, which I am. But quarterback eating sushi off a model, that's just uncalled for. I mean, that's like having women for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, appetizer. My goodness. That's just, no. I mean, use a table would be good. But eating sushi or other foods off a new model, no. That's just a little way too much. That's just way too much. I'm sorry. But Max Gilliam, he apologized for it. But Max Gilliam should be suspended. He should be released as UNLV quarterback. And basically, he should pretty much be, fined for sure. But my goodness. So please, ladies and gents, don't try to homeschool anywhere. And please consider the following. So don't go eating sushi over new. Please don't. folks. Just at your own age, please be mature yourselves for once. My goodness, that's just no. So that's all I'm gonna say right there. I don't know how you guys react to that, but clearly don't even think about eating sushi off a nude model of a naked woman. Please don't Please don't do that. I'm sorry, it's punching the foul content, but clearly that's just foul content for fans watching at home, watching over the world, watching over the country, across the globe, social media. I don't think people are really into that. My goodness, that's just a little uncomfortable. Like really, it is. Smash Gilliam, don't even think about trying that again. Please don't. That's not you. It's really not. So that's all there is for that. That's all you need to know for that. So that's all I need to say right there. Also, there's another news that Rachel Ostrich was released in the UFC and she lost 3 consecutive fights. So not looking good for her. And Yoel Romero, he got released as well. Not looking good there. In other news, that Monte Morris was agreed to a 3-year, $27 million extension offer with the Nuggets, by the way. So big news right there. I can tell you that much. That's all there is for that. Also, I want to point out, by the way, the White Sox, they get Lance Lynn from the Rangers for Dane Dunning, along with a left-handed pitching prospect by the name of Avery Williams. So pretty much all there is for that, everybody, for that. So that's all you need to know. So nothing more to that. Also, ladies, I want to address you guys this, that yesterday, I said this yesterday, that from Undisputed Raw SmackDown Women's Champ, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins, they had their first kid. It's a girl, by the way, named Rogue. So congrats to both Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins on having their first kid, by the way. I can tell you this. Maybe that Becky Lynch, she's not going to be coming back to WWE. Not this year. Not by the end of this year. Oh, no. She may in fact be, coming back in 2021. The question we need to ask ourselves is, will she indeed come back to WWE and make another announcement that can have her make a final curtain call? Or maybe could this be the end of the Becky Lynch era? That's the only question we ask us. Now, she had a kid yesterday, so what's up to Becky Lynch? That's the real question we need to ask ourselves here, because Becky Lynch may not come back to WWE. Now she has been on the shelf from having her first kid, which she had yesterday, by the way, as Seth Rollins was out too as well. So clearly, we need to ask, is this it for Becky Lynch? Could Becky Lynch do another unthinkable act by making another historic announcement, by the way? Next thing you know it, having to take the final curtain call and heading to retiring from WWE, despite the fact that she's got a kid now. So, what are your thoughts about that? I will respond to everybody on that. What can be for Seth Rollins? Now he lost that Survivor Series, and they had their first kid as well. So clearly, Seth Rollins, he may be out of WWE as well. So he may likely come back to WWE for sure. Becky Lynch may probably not, because she's got a kid by the name of Rogue, or Rogue, by the way. So that's all there is you need to know for that. So Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, they had their first kid, Rogue, yesterday. Congrats to both of them on that. And Becky Lynch may come back to WWE in 2021. No telling when she's going to come back or not. Seth Rollins come back as well. So that's pretty much all there is you need to know for that, everybody. And it changes everything. So that's all you need to know, everybody, for that. So that's all I got to say. Congrats to Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins on having their first kid, Rogue, by the way. And that's best news. They had it yesterday, by the way, everybody. In case you guys are wondering. So that's all there is for that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, that those guys watching tonight on Impact Wrestling, a lot of you guys know this. It is going to suit tonight. New AEW champ, and you guys are going to be for this. New AEW champ, Kenny Omega, appears on Impact Wrestling tonight on Access TV. This is a massive. This has to be the massive appearance that no one even saw coming. I mean, this has been, and I'll tell you this. I mean, this may be Montreal school job, but my goodness, Kenny Omega appearing on AEW as Kenny Omega, the new AEW champ, appearing on Impact Wrestling tonight on Access TV. That is huge. That is a monstrous appearance. I can tell you that right now. The question is, I mean, and this has been teased for quite a while. The question is, are there going to be any sort of Impact versus AEW matchups that we can possibly see? So that's something that a lot of people are, I mean, this is something that's been teased for a while now. And my goodness, this changes everything. But this is a massive game changer to pro wrestling industry. I gotta tell you that right now. The Impact versus AEW matchups, which have been talked about for months now. My goodness. And you got Kenny Omega, who's going to appear as the new AEW champ on Impact Wrestling tonight. That's huge too. And my goodness, I couldn't believe this is even happening. But my goodness, this is huge. I mean, there's gonna be some potential. I can be the first to tell you this, that there's gonna be some potential Impact versus AEW matchups in the coming months or 2020 or rather this year in 2021. But my goodness, that is gonna be huge. And I gotta say this. I mean, you might as well see some Impact Wrestling stars cross over to AEW as well. I mean, Kenny Omega, he's gonna appear on Impact Wrestling as the new AEW champ. You might as well see some Impact stars appear on AEW as well. Who knows? I mean, that can happen tomorrow night. Who knows? So that's all there is for that. Because I mean, it's been teased for quite a while now, but this is pretty good. I can tell you, this is really, really good. So that might be announced for tonight. That's gonna be amazing, and it could be pay-per-view. It can lead to the pay-per-view Hard to Kill. It can lead to some pay-per-view turning point. But oh my goodness, that is huge. It's amazing. It's must see. This is must see. It's must watch, everybody. So please stay tuned for that. So Kenny Omega, the new AEW champ, will be appearing on Impact Wrestling for the first time ever, and this is really huge, really, really huge, guys. So stay tuned for that, everybody. That's tonight on Access TV. Stay tuned for that, everybody. Stay tuned, everybody. That's pretty big news. Also, ladies and gents, I want to send birthdays out to Nicki Minaj, Shit Fighter Fives, Poison, Shan V, Sarah Vastava, Annabelle Smith, Charlie Anderson, Vernon Wells, Brett Snedeker, Tila Dunn, Anna Sophia Robb, Amir Khan, Dwight Howard, Raheem Sterling, former W superstar Enzo Amore, Phillip Rivers, Josh Donaldson, Michael Cole, Kim Basinger, Terry Hatcher, Helen Owen, Clarence White, Dominic Monaghan, Katie Stevens, Kevin Harvick, David Harewood, Jessica Tyler, Badir Hari, Lyrica Garrett, Andre Garcia, Lisa Kelly, Azra Akin, 9, Deborah Lee Furness, Sam Shields, Wendell Pierce, Jordan Nobbs, Megan Duhamel, Hannah Ware, Shanice Benton, Elsa Benitez. So send your birthday wishes, birthday shows, birthday tweets, everybody. That's all you gotta do, everybody, and that's all I gotta say for that. So best news, yeah, everybody. So all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. Also, want to point this out: the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, are gonna take on Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. Let me tell you this right now. My goodness, this is the king of the AFC division, the new dynasty we all know, the defending Super Bowl champs, Chiefs Kingdom. We got the Super Bowl, you got the engaged, soon to be married, Showtime, King, and you got Girl Dad, the Super Bowl MVP, King, Sir Patrick Mahomes. By the way, everybody, he will defend his crown as he takes on Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. The Dolphins, oh my goodness, they're a legitimate threat. Dolphins are playing pretty good. And Mike, I'll tell you this right now. This is the biggest test in Tua Tagovailoa's career. I'll tell you that right now for sure. So if you're Tua Tagovailoa right now, you got to knock off. How are you going to knock off the Super Bowl championship? How are you going to do that? It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Because clearly, my vote for this one would have to be the Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs taking out Tua Tagovailoa, because the Dolphins, because the Chiefs, they are just dominating like they always have, and they're still going to this playoffs anyway, and they're still going to make Super Bowl appearances, which they are, and they're still going back to make Super Bowl champs. But if you're Tua Tagovailoa now, what do you do? What do you do to slow down Patrick Mahomes? What do you got to do to maintain the defense? What do you got to do to put the brakes and put hold on? What do you got to do to put hold on the Chiefs' offense and the Chiefs' defense? What do you got to do there? And if you're the Tua Tagovailoa on that right now, what do you got to do to withhold the Chiefs' offense and their defense? What do you got to do there? Because this is going to be pretty much an AFC title matchup. A lot of people are experiencing this. I know this is a feel good moment. I can tell you that. But when it's playoff times, my goodness, you gotta be prepped. You gotta be prepped as ever. Because my goodness, Dolphins right now, they are just absolutely, they're just killing it right now. They're a legitimate threat. I said this weeks for weeks now. Tua Tagovailoa is playing like a MVP candidate. He is playing like he's intending to make his first Super Bowl appearance, which is obviously may ensue. I can tell you that much. He's playing like they're going to the playoffs. He's playing. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. The Dolphins, I told you guys, the Dolphins are better with Tua Tagovailoa. I'll tell you that right now. They still are. Dolphins right now, I mean, they're like first. I think they have a wild card spot in the AFC right now. And my goodness, they're dominant as ever. I'll tell you that. The Dolphins are like 6-4, 8-4. Browns are 9-3. But my goodness, I'll tell you this right now. Dolphins, if they get a wild card spot, that's okay. They're still going to the playoffs though. So that's all there is for that. The simple chance the Chiefs right now, my goodness, they're gonna put a beat. They're gonna like literally put a beat down on the Dolphins. So who's under most pressure? Is it gonna be King Mahomes, or is it gonna be Tua Tagovailoa? That's the real question we need to ask ourselves here. I think this is gonna be a tight knit game. This is gonna be a drag race, like a run up down drag race. I can tell you this right now. A lot of people were pretty much expecting to see. I mean, this is the kind of match that we expect to see, because you know for sure this is going to be a good game. You know for sure that this is going to be one of the most huge games in history. And I mean, in Tua Tagovailoa, if Tua Tagovailoa can grant King Mahomes their second loss, and Chiefs didn't even get their second loss, that would be Tua Tagovailoa's biggest win of his career. I'll tell you that right now. Knocking down the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs kingdom. Oh my goodness! But I mean, if the Dolphins even they do try to put a beat down on the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, that would be huge. But if you're the King Mahomes right now, you know you got a good running game. You know you got a good pass game. You know you're not gonna force any turnovers, but you know you're dominant. I'll tell you that right now. You're the top seed right now. Top seed. You have 11-1 record. You're tied with the Steelers. But I gotta say right now, this is gonna be an epic game. And this one will not disappoint. This is gonna be more like an AFC playoff matchup or AFC playoff title game. But my goodness, I gotta tell you right now. What I want to see, Tua Tagovailoa become a future Super Bowl champ, that's in the works. But it's gonna be possible to knock down King Mahomes, which they have on Sunday. I'll tell you that right now. Which they have on Sunday. That is gonna be the biggest test in Tua Tagovailoa's career. This is gonna be a huge one. I'll tell you that right now. You have the Super Bowl MVP taking on a future MVP candidate and Tua Tagovailoa. So this is going to be an epic match. So let me know in the comment section who you think is going to win this epic matchup for, King. Is it going to be King Mahomes and the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs Kingdom, or is it going to be Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins? Because Dolphins, they're a legitimate threat right now. I've said that Tua Tagovailoa is a future MVP candidate, which he has been showing for the past couple of weeks. I've said that Tua Tagovailoa is favorite to be starting quarterback for the rest of the season. I've said that Tua Tagovailoa is absolutely the favorite to maybe go make it the playoffs. I've said all along that Tua Tagovailoa isn't going to disappoint, which he has not. So, and I said that Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins, they're a legitimate threat, which they have been for the past couple of weeks. And they have a wild card spot too. So is anybody going to stop them? Is anybody going to stop the Dolphins? Can the Dolphins even knock off the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs? That's the real question that we need to ask ourselves here. Or maybe can the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, dominate the Dolphins? That is going to be a tough matchup. This is going to be This is going to be an AFC caliber kind of matchup that a lot of people are going to want to witness to see. And I got to say right now, I think it's going to say that pretty much perhaps, I mean, look, is it realistic to say that the Dolphins are a legitimate threat to Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs? Or the Bills are? Or the Steelers are? Maybe that's the question we ask ourselves. So find out on Sunday when the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs Kingdom, defend their kingdom against Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. Find that out Sunday, everybody. So stay tuned for that. So that is going to be an epic matchup. That is going to be a matchup a lot of you fans are going to want to bear witness to see. This is going to be must see. That is must watch, everybody. That is going to be an absolute matchup. This is a match a lot of people are expecting to see. And this is going to be in the playoffs. And the playoffs right now are at stake here. The playoffs right now are at stake. Tua Tagovailoa has shown that he's playing like an elite quarterback, like an MVP candidate, which he has been for the past couple of weeks. Let's not ignore that. But I'll tell you this right now. You're Tua Tagovailoa. Are you concerned? Are you worried? Are you concerned that you're taking on a defending Super Bowl MVP, be engaged, soon to be married, girl dad, Sir and King Showtime? Yeah. King Patrick Mahomes? Are you concerned about that? Dolphins, they've had a winning streak since. And I'll tell you, the Dolphins right now, they're playing pretty good. They're doing pretty good so far. They can't be stopped. The Chiefs, Super Bowl champs, Chiefs, they can't be stopped as well. Chiefs are on top of the food chain. They've been, ever since they won Super Bowl, ever since the Chiefs, Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, they won their first, ever since King Mahomes became Super Bowl MVP, became an MVP and the Super Bowl MVP, Chiefs have been dominant as ever. I'll tell you that right now. Been dominant since. Dolphins have won a bunch of games here. Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins, they've won a bunch of games. And who's going to stop who? Are the Dolphins a legitimate threat? Are Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins a legitimate threat to the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs? That's the question we got to ask ourselves here. Or are the Chiefs going to destroy Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins? That's the question we got to ask ourselves here, people. This is going to be must see. This is must watch, everybody. So stay tuned for that, everybody. That's all you got to know. All you got to know. So that's going to do it, relations for the Khalil Tyler Sports Report. Like, subscribe to the Khalil Tyler Sports Report YouTube channel on Facebook by any and all means necessary. Be sure you send your comments and tweet your reaction, your thoughts on Bills Mafia destroying the destroying the 49ers by 10 points, 34-24. Let me know in the comment section. Bills are still in the AFC division. I can tell you that. They're on top of the AFC division. I can tell you that much right now. So that's all you need to know for that, everybody. That's gonna be good, right? It'll be goodness right there, everybody. That's all you need to know for that. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, taking on Tua Tagovailoa on the Dolphins. Let me know who's gonna win that match. Is it gonna be Tua Tagovailoa on the Dolphins being a legitimate threat to the Chiefs Kingdom? Let me know about that for sure. Or then you think that the Super Chance of Chiefs are gonna be the legitimate threat to the Dolphins, or it's gonna be the Super Chance of Chiefs dominating the Tua Tagovailoa on the Dolphins? Let me know for sure in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to address the sponsor for sure. Everybody on that as well. That's all you need to know for that. What are your thoughts on Washington upsetting and breaking Steelers win streak last night? What are your thoughts about that? I'll address sponsor that for sure, everybody, on that note right there. Your thoughts on Rachel Ostovich being released in the UFC after 3 losses she's sustained? Let me know about that for sure in the comment section. I'll address sponsor that for sure. Your thoughts on Monte Morris agreeing to a 3 or $27 million extension offer with the Nuggets, by the way? Let me know about that for sure, everybody, on that. What are your thoughts on White Sox getting Lance Lynn for that? I'll address sponsor that for sure, everybody, on that as well. And that's all I got to say for that. Yo and Mel being released in the UFC as well. Let me know about that for sure in the comment section. I'll address about that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, sending congrats to Bacon Lynch and Seth Rollins because they got their first kid yesterday named Rogue, by the way. Let me know about that for sure in the comment section. And send you congrats to them as well. That's all you guys got to do for now, everybody. And that's all there is for that. And that's all there is to it. Send your brother wish out to Philip Rivers, Nicki Minaj, Shanvi, Sarah Vastava, Charlie Anderson, Tila Dunn, Anna Sophia Robb, Amir Khan, Josh Donaldson, Michael Cole, Kim Basinger, Terry Hatcher, Dwight Howard, Enzo Mori, Raheem Sterling, Lyrica Garrett. So send your brother wish, your brother shout, your brother tweets to them, everybody. That's all you guys got to do, everybody. And that's all I got to say for that. So that's all you need to know. I've got more breaking news sometimes like addiction, but so much more in the Khalil sport. Everything sports, everything you need to know. Also, your thoughts on Kenny Omega making his first appearance as new AEW champ on Impact Wrestling tonight, everybody. So please stay tuned for that, everybody. Stay tuned for that. That's a huge must see, must watch, everybody. And you may see the potential Impact versus AEW matches along the way. And that's going to be pretty good. So check that out, everybody. Must see, must watch right there. Check that out. That's all there is. What are your thoughts about that? I'll be one of just responding. You guys want to see some Impact versus AEW matchups? Let me know in the comment section. I'll just respond to that for sure. And that's all you need to know for now. I've had more breaking news in terms of everything. So much a whole lot of what's everything you need to know. That's all I got to say, bro. So take care, everybody. You guys have a good day. Please be safe out there. Bye-bye.